Picture the scene. It's a foggy morning at Fiorano, Italy. The Tifosi are lined up against the fences since 5 a.m. in the morning, desperate to see the car that is supposed to end an 18-year championship drought. The brand new Ferrari SF26 roars out of the garage, and then, just a few laps in, it stops dead on the straight. Social media exploded immediately. Ferrari is already breaking down. The engine is toast. It looked like the nightmare of 2022 was repeating itself before the season even started. But here is the truth. The car didn't break. That stoppage, it was actually strategic. Because of strict testing rules, teams are only allowed 15 kilometers of running during these demonstration events. Ferrari literally ran the car to the exact meter limit and parked it on track to simulate a restart procedure rather than wasting distance driving back to the pits. So the engine is fine, but that doesn't mean everything is as it seems, because the car we saw at Fiorano might be a lie.
You see, Ferrari is playing a very specific game this year. The car that rolled out for the Shakedown is what insiders are calling the Spec-A car. It is a baseline, a laboratory. Sources tell us that Ferrari has a massive upgrade package already planned for the second Bahrain test, and another one for the Australian Grand Prix. What we are looking at today is just the skeleton. The muscle is coming later. However, even on this skeleton car, there are secrets hiding in plain sight. While everyone was distracted by the controversial new blue HP logos, which, let's be honest, look like bruises on that beautiful red paint, the engineers in Maranello have quietly adopted a suspension trick that made McLaren so dangerous last year. Today, we aren't just looking at a car launch, we are looking at Loic Serra's first real gamble as technical director. Let's strip away the bodywork and see what makes the SF26 tick.
First, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the livery. Ferrari has gone for a retro vibe this year. They've added white accents around the cockpit and airbox, trying to channel the Niki Lauda era. The red is glossier and brighter than last year, which looks stunning. But there is a divide. Some fans think the white accents make it look too much like the failed 2016 car, and those blue HP logos, well, let's just say they interrupt the flow. But you aren't here for paint, you're here for speed. Let's look at the front. Compared to the new Mercedes W17, Ferrari has taken a different path. The mounting pillars on the nose are much thicker on the Ferrari. Why? Because Ferrari's nose undercut isn't as aggressive as Mercedes, so they need to use the physical structure to guide the airflow where they want it. We also see a single actuator for the active aero. Remember, in 2026, the wings move. Ferrari and Mercedes are both keeping it simple here.
Here is the technical highlight. Ferrari has confirmed a pushrod suspension at the front and rear. But look closely at the front arms. They are using a multi-link setup, very similar to what McLaren used to dominate tire management last year. By separating the steering legs, they create a virtual steering axis. In simple terms, this allows the suspension to change its behavior depending on if the car is hitting a curb or taking a high-speed corner. It is designed to save tires, a crucial area where Ferrari struggled mid-season last year. Moving to the middle of the car, if you compare the SF26 to the Mercedes, the Ferrari looks fat. The side pods are bulkier, and the engine cover is huge.
But don't panic. This suggests Ferrari is playing it safe with cooling. The 2026 engines are beasts that require massive heat dissipation. You can see giant radiator exits to the back and those cannon cooling outlets returning. It's a conservative aerodynamic approach for now, prioritizing reliability over extreme slimness. Now look at the floor. This is where the downforce lives. Ferrari has kept a vertical vein in the bargeboard area, often called a wakeboard. Mercedes removed theirs, but Ferrari kept it, similar to Red Bull style.
This vertical wall helps structure the turbulent air coming off the front tires, pushing it away so it doesn't mess up the floor underneath. Finally, at the back, we found something interesting. Ferrari has copied a trick from Mercedes, the slot diffuser. There is a literal hole that connects the airflow from the side pods directly into the diffuser wall. This energizes the airflow at the rear, creating more downforce and helping manage the wake from the rear tires. It's an aggressive detail on an otherwise conservative-looking car.
So what is the verdict on the SF26?
If you look at just the pictures, you might think Ferrari has played it too safe. The bodywork is basic and the side pods are large. But remember the context. This is the Spec-A car. This is the canvas, not the painting. The real story here is about Loic Serra and the new technical structure at Maranello. For the last few years, Ferrari has started strong and then got lost in the middle of the season. In 2024, they completely lost their way after Monaco before fixing it at Monza.
The goal of this conservative launch car isn't to win the first test. It's to provide a stable platform that doesn't confuse the wind tunnel. They are betting on a multi-link suspension to fix their tire wear and a robust cooling system to keep the engine reliable. This car has to carry the hopes of Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. It carries the weight of 18 years of saying next year is our year.
So, my opinion, it's not the prettiest Ferrari I've ever seen, thanks to those blue HP logos and the bulky engine cover, but it looks like a car built for a marathon, not a sprint. And in F1, points are paid on Sunday, not at the car launch. What do you think? Is the retro white livery a hit or a miss? And do you trust Ferrari to bring the upgrades they promised for Melbourne? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the SF26, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you at the next Shakedown.